Good evening, everybody. It's me again. I was just sitting here thinking and wanted to talk about unmanageability a little bit in our addiction and what we allow in our lives, and how it's not okay. I'm so glad that I'm in a program today that has made me change things in my life and inside of me personally. Because for this person, I wouldn't be here today if I did not go and get in a program, get help, and go through the changes that I had and have these tools to use in my life. And every day is not perfect. Don't get me wrong. Life still shows up. And it just teaches us a different way to deal with things, and I am grateful for that, I just found out I'm going to be a grandma, and thank goodness this baby will never have to see me the way I was. Because people from my past, they can attest that it wasn't very pretty, and I like myself a lot more today. Just because I got sober and clean does not, trust me, life did not become perfect, but it's so much better than it was. And the insanity addiction is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results, and I surrounded myself personally with people just as messed up or more messed up than I was, so that I could sit in the shadows, and I put, my kids through a lot doing that, with men in my life. And, quick story. So my two youngest kids' dad, which he has a past, on from addiction. My middle daughter, she took her dad off of life support when she was 18. And I think I shared that a little bit before in one of my earlier videos. And I only knew him for 8 weeks before we moved in, and he was kind of my ticket out of my parents' house when I was younger. And the thing is I didn't understand he was a felon, and he was using an alias. And the person I married, it wasn't even a legal marriage, because I actually married his dead brother. And when I divorced this man, I had to divorce his real name and his AKA. And that's just kind of crazy. These are the things I accepted in my life. And when I look back on that, that's not normal. That is not normal, And he was very abusive. He almost took my life. And, he had the same disease of addiction. And he could not get it. He could not get it. And thank God I do today, or else two of my kids would be completely parentless today. And that would not be okay, and I would not be able to enjoy this grandson that my son and his lady is having. And that baby will never have to see me drink, drug, or act crazy like I did before. And I am so grateful for that. But, the insanity of addiction is, I'm just going to do it one more time. I'm just going to do this. I'm just going to do that. Not drinking before 5 p.m. And I became an all day and all night drinker. Like just all these things, my ex-husband and I, we're both in recovery. And I'm so grateful that he's still sober today, even though we're not together, and I put that poor man through a lot of crap because of my insecurities, things that I didn't deal with in my past. And things that I'm working on today, and I don't want to put nobody through any of these things again, because, we have these character defects that we need to start, when we start working a program, we need to start working some steps and seeing where the real problem comes from, which is inside of us. That's where the problem comes from. And start correcting these things. And I'm so glad that I have these tools to use today, because my life would still be so unmanageable if I did not have those tools. So if any of you guys that come across this video, that's out there in addiction, if you have questions, leave me a comment. I know that I have an inbox. You could, inbox me, and I'll send you links, whatever you need to start helping yourself, because let me tell you, it is so worth it. And it's one day at a time, anyways, I've talked long enough, and that's just one story of unmanageability that I shared with you guys. There's so many more, but I'm just grateful for God today, and that I have sobriety and the people in my life that I do. And, it's only God that did take this obsession away from me, and I'm grateful for that. Anyways, you guys be blessed, and be somebody's light, all right? Have a great one. Until next time.